Coming up on the October 4th episode of the Met Report, our volleyball squad takes on a pair of nationally ranked teams.
Sports Authority Field recognizes past legends.
And we'll take a look at Metro's brand new athletic facility. All this and more coming up on the Met Report. Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Kevin Hall.
And I'm Meher Noorulamin. Attention MSU Denver students and alumni. If student loans are stressing you out, stress no more. American Student Assistance, a nonprofit organization, has become an official partner with MSU Denver. They offer free financial services through a program called SALT. The program assists students on how to make wiser decisions on borrowing money for college, repaying student loans, and managing money. Brian Hultgren, Associate Director of Financial Aid at MSU Denver, explains that SALT is a great opportunity and benefit and encourages students to take advantage of it.
Metro State sports are packing up and heading out. Not far, just across Colfax, to the new home of Roadrunner Athletics, a 12.5-acre state-of-the-art athletics facility which will house 6 of Metro sports teams and be completed in 3 different phases. Phase 1 of the $12 million athletic complex has been completed, and if the tennis courts are any indication on what the rest will be like when they finish, the 12.5-acre project will be quite impressive.
Well, just as you said, they are just beautiful courts, and we're thrilled to have them here.
The tennis team might be the most thrilled to have this new facility in place after they have had to practice off campus since 2010.
Our men and women's tennis team, they've been off campus for the last 3 years, having to go practice and compete off campus, and that's not an easy job to do. So to have them back on campus and on top of that have these really beautiful courts with lights is incredible for our team.
With Phase 1 completed, the attention now turns to Phase 2 and 3, which includes the construction of the new soccer, baseball, and softball fields, all featuring a synthetic turf.
So for sure, soccer will be up and running by next fall. Again, that'll be right here to the north of the tennis courts, and you know, what great atmosphere for all those programs, for both men and women's tennis and both soccer programs.
Total completion for this project should be in 2016 and is just the next step in furthering Metro State's brand as a university. One of the things the school wanted to do with the new facility is give back to the community, and they started that this past week by helping introduce Greenlee Elementary students to the game of tennis.
MSU Denver Assistant Professor Aaron Brown at the Medical Engineering Technology Department and 12 of his students are headed to the Galapagos Islands. They will spend 10 days expanding water treatment, land usage, recycling, and energy improvements. Last year, Professor Brown and his team did a similar work in Costa Rica. Brown has met with many stakeholders in San Cristobal, but none have come to an agreement on how to proceed. MSU will be collaborating with professors from the University of Colorado at Boulder and the University of Northern Carolina.
Good news for Metro business students. There might be a better way to kick off your career after graduation. MSU Denver is providing a way to be proactive with clubs.
Earlier in September, Metro students organized and ran their first annual business banquet. Student leaders from Metro School of Business collaborated to make the event possible. Many student groups promoted and advised on joining business clubs because of the networking opportunities. ASO Social Media Coordinator Kyle Vu, FMA's President Kenda Cochran, and SMA Secretary Morgan Swaney tell us about the School of Business and that earning your diploma just isn't enough, especially when kickstarting your career.
The FMA is a student-to-student, student-to-alumni, and student-to-professional networking group. So our goal is to get members a little bit more involved in the professional community and help them get jobs and internships. And then also provide them with resources that will help them advance their college careers as well.
Part of my roles here is, arrange networking opportunities, arrange career profiling nights for students to build up, a sense of accomplishment for themselves, and really have, something to come out of college with. And just not the knowledge they need, but something else to their name.
The banquet, which was held at St. Cajetan's Church, turned out to be successful, in which the officers promised there will be more events to come. To get active and be involved with the business clubs here on campus, then you can follow them on Facebook or through LinkedIn.
Yanni will bring us more information about business clubs, so keep your eye on our website, metreport.org.
UCD's Center on Domestic Violence is hosting Love, Sex, and Lies, an intimacy checkup. The center screens 1,000 students, faculty, and staff for intimate partner violence through anonymous surveys. Counselors will conduct one-on-one discussions of the results. Many organizations from the community will also attend and provide resources to students. Love, Sex, and Lies takes place in the Multicultural Lounge in the Tivoli on October 15th and 16th between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
It's that time of year again. Monday marks the beginning of midterms week. The First Year Success program will offer free Jamba Juice, massages, and midterm workshops all week in effort to ease students' stress. Stop by the Student Success Building Lounge on the second floor to trade in your stress for a drink and some relaxation. First Year Success would love to see you there. Well, that's great that they're doing that because I can get stressed sometimes and I could use some Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice and that massage definitely will be relaxing.
I'm just going to head over there right after the show. So coming up after the break, Jeffrey Will brings us the latest in video game news.
And Erica Lloyd finds a town hall play in Littleton. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Sports Authority Field at Mile High has seen over $30 million in stadium improvements over the offseason. Recently, the south entrance has transformed into a newly constructed Ring of Fame Plaza. 24 of the most iconic players in franchise history, including John Elway, Shannon Sharpe, and Terrell Davis, each have a pillar constructed from metal of the original Mile High Stadium. Each pillar contains a bronze likeness of each player's face along with their number and accomplishments throughout their career. The Ring of Fame Plaza is open to the public at all times and is free of charge.
Colorado's September rainfall has ushered in more problems as the victims recoup from the flood damage. As Colorado residents recover from the flooding, a new problem has emerged. Over 22,000 gallons of oil and gasoline have been destroyed in the floods, resulting in water and oil cohesion. Due to the severity of the flooding, cleanup of the toxins will not begin until the water officially recedes. Other contamination hazards associated with industry, households, and agriculture are also a cause for concern. Citizens now hope for an end to the flood and a start at rebuilding.
Although Facebook is regarded as a useful tool, some studies have shown that Facebook use can decrease users' well-being. Scientists at the California Institute of Technology have found that being around other people affects the region of your brain called the sternum. This part of the brain is associated with primitive rewards and processing emotions. Studies at the University of Michigan show that online interactions do not supplement face-to-face interactions, and using Facebook can hurt cognitive thinking and well-being. Although these are correlational studies, it's always a good idea to keep personal and virtual relationships balanced.
How about stepping out of your virtual Facebook world and onto some live entertainment? Met Report's Erica Lloyd has the inside scoop on the perfect place to see a show.
From the Mile High to the historical streets of Littleton, if you're looking for an evening of romance, entertainment, and a little mischief, come to Dirty Rotten Scoundrels at the Town Hall Arts Center, Denver's most intimate professional theater. The Town Hall Arts Center is located in the heart of downtown Littleton and produces many Broadway-style shows, but it might be Town Hall's intimate setting that makes this theater stand out from the rest.
I like the intimacy. You're so close to the audience, so it's fun from the audience to see the performers up that close.
You know, the audience is so up close to you. It's just like you were there for them, and it's very intimate, and that's what I love. The audience is there with you, basically on stage.
The first show in Town Hall's 2013 season is the highly acclaimed Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's a hilarious musical comedy that was first featured on Broadway back in 2004.
Yeah, it's about two con men in the French Riviera. One who's a little older, very sophisticated, cons a rich older woman, and the other, me, which is kind of a schlub, and he cons women for like $20. So they end up getting together. Lawrence teaches Freddie how to be a better con artist, and they decide that the town's only big enough for one of them. So they decide to con a woman, and whoever wins gets to stay, whoever loses has to leave town.
We have pretty much nonstop laughs from the opening scene to the end. It's a real blast. All of the actors are just having an absolute joy to be on stage in this show. It's just so much fun.
This Tony Award-winning musical not only appeals to theater fans, but also to those Metro State students who are just looking for a good laugh.
It's really, really funny and dramatic and hilarious, and you'll definitely be rolling on the floor, if not in your chair, laughing for sure.
And the music is amazing. It's very upbeat, you know, contemporary things that I think college kids these days would love.
For the Met Report, I'm Erica Lloyd.
Thanks, Erica. For tickets and more information on upcoming shows, visit townhallartscenter.com.
For the first time in 17 years, the U.S. has entered a federal government shutdown. Many departments have prepared contingency plans as a precaution. The Department of Education is one of those departments affected. The grant and loan programs will bring in a minimal number of employees. This will allow operations to continue, minimize damage. Applications for upcoming grants will be delayed. Students who have not yet received their financial aid this semester will have to wait even longer. MSU Denver's newsroom provides more information from the Financial Aid Office.
As the snow machines are starting up in the high country, that means one thing for snowboarders and skiers out there. The 2013-2014 season is right around the corner. The race has begun with the A-Basin and Loveland Ski Area to see who will be the first ski area open in the U.S. They both started making snow last Friday night as temperatures dropped into the teens. More snow expected today and tonight will help both ski areas. No date has been set for opening day. I just can't wait to get up there on the slopes, get my snowboard, and have some fun.
It was really great to see the snow falling this morning. It really starts to feel like Colorado.
Except that temperature change was a bit of a shock.
It was really cold out there. Stay with us through the break as Jeffrey Will brings us the latest in entertainment.
And Karen Vega will tell us what's going on in Metro Sports. But first, Alec Brown gives us next week's weather. How's it looking next week, Alec?
Thank you, Kevin. That storm that brought all the rain and snow into the area today is going to be pushing off towards the east, towards Minnesota. There's also a cold front heading towards the east coast, bringing a lot of rain with that as well. As for Colorado, we're going to be sitting pretty nice and high and dry as we are underneath the dry spell that is going to come behind the cold front. There's also a tropical storm Karen that is forming in the Gulf Coast near Arkansas. That's going to bring a lot of moisture towards them. As for temperatures around the U.S. on Saturday, they are looking pretty good. Up in Seattle, we have 66, which will be rainy as usual, 77 and sunny as it always is in California. Over in Colorado, we are going to be in the 50s normal. Up on the West Coast, it is going to be 70. As for Sunday, that storm is going to continue to move towards the East Coast, towards New York and Pennsylvania, bringing a lot of rain with it. There's also another storm forming on the Pacific Northwest near Washington that's going to bring a lot of rain. That storm, we could see a little bit of that during the middle of the week, but we are going to be in the 70s until then. As for the 5-day forecast, it's looking pretty good all through next week for us. It's going to be partly sunny on Monday with 72, Tuesday partly cloudy, 76, nice and sunny Sunday, 71. Thursday is going to be partly cloudy with a chance of rain for the start of Great American Beer Fest, and Friday is going to be 63 degrees. I'm Alec Brown for the Met Report. We will be right back with Jeffrey Will for entertainment.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
We're
I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was a little dancing, these, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Meher Report.
Here for EMET is Jeffrey Will. What's going on in the gaming world, Jeffrey?
Thanks, Meher. Hey, Metro, here's what's up. I'll begin with the unfortunate death of a renowned author, Tom Clancy, known for his military-themed novels like Hunt for Red October and Patriot Games that later became blockbuster hits. Tom Clancy's later work inspired 3 video game series, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, and Splinter Cell. Tom was 66 when he died. The Met Report extends our condolences to his family. On a lighter note, Nintendo revealed a new handheld that has all the capabilities of the 3DS and 3DS XL, minus the 3D. But the 2DS does not fold over like its 3D counterparts, questioning its portability as a handheld. The 2DS is expected to launch on October 12th and is priced at $129.99. Though if you want to keep it from getting damaged, look into some accessories. Now for a look at the highly anticipated Call of Duty Ghost. Call of Duty Ghost introduces new features like a K9 squad member, seamless terrain navigation, and multiplayer maps that can change terrain at random or by the player. Call of Duty Ghost will hit the shelf at all major platforms on November 5th. League of Legends Season 3 Championship Grand Finals are today. Check out China's representative Royal Club take on Korea's SK Telecom T1. The Summoners hit the Rift at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/ridegames. Though this may mark the end of the professional season, the amateur season continues until October 31st. Earlier this week, Chinese government lifted a long-time ban on the sales of video game consoles. The ban was placed in 2000 over the fear that video games would have hindering mental and physical effects on children. There is no word on when the sales will begin, but policymakers continue to draft new rules and restrictions. Valve has announced its first piece of hardware for the Linux-based Steam OS, and it certainly is unique. The 16-button controller features 2 trackpads instead of analog sticks and is a touchscreen smack dab in the center of the controller. The Steam OS is expected to come out in 2014. While we're on the subject of new, Blizzard has revealed a bunch of new stuff. Kellen Stone has the buzz from Blizz.
Gaming behemoth Blizzard Entertainment has been making some noise with multiple announcements and upcoming releases in the last month. First was the announcement of Diablo 3's first expansion, Reaper of Souls.
Malthael.
Reaper of Souls' story takes place immediately after the slaying of Diablo. Adventurers will have to work their way through the Pandemonium Fortress to take on Malthael to save the world yet again. An upcoming game that is still in testing, Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft. Hearthstone is a deck-building game similar to Blizzard's physical card game, World of Warcraft, the tradable card game. Players select a hero to play and build a deck around the theme of the selected hero. There is a player versus computer mode so players can try out new cards and new decks. There is also a player versus player mode for an even greater challenge. The release date has not been announced yet, but will be free to play when it is released.
And just have fun! Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Blizzard made an announcement about a name they recently trademarked, Heroes of the Storm. There are a lot of rumors as to what this is going to be. Rumors range from it being the official Blizzard Dota-style game, which is similar to League of Legends, to World of Warcraft's final expansion, an expansion to Hearthstone, or Blizzard's new online game they announced 2 years ago, which has been codenamed Titan. Looks like we are going to have to wait and see what this one is going to be. And finally, BlizzCon 2013 is making a comeback after taking a year off. BlizzCon will be held November 8th and 9th at the Anaheim Convention Center. Unfortunately, tickets to the event are sold out, but virtual tickets are available for purchase for $39.99. BlizzCon will feature upcoming game releases, gameplay footage, tournaments, and announcements. If you are a fan of the Blizzard franchise and play their games, getting the virtual ticket is well worth the price. You do not want to miss this event. That's going to do it for this Blizzard wrap-up. I'm Kellen Stone. Back to you, Jeff.
So much new stuff is coming out for Blizzard, I can hardly keep track.
I don't see how you can with all that.
All very exciting. Still to come on the show, our men's soccer team tries to continue their hot streak against a tough CSU Pueblo team. We're coming right back.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
From the Colorado School of Mines in Golden.
To Black Hills State University in South Dakota.
To Colorado State University in Pueblo.
For more than 100 years.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference
has stood for excellence in the classroom and on the playing field.
With 14 great colleges and universities.
Student athletes in the RMAC achieve on a national stage.
While earning their college degrees.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Welcome back. Joining us on desk from Met Report Sports is Karen Vega. How's the undefeated women's soccer team doing?
Now, Kevin, you're going to have to wait because we're kicking things off with tennis. Metro State freshman Naomi Holopainen wins the South Central Region Intercollegiate Tennis Association Championship this past Sunday. Whew. That's hard to say, yet alone do. Becoming just the second Roadrunner female in school history to win the regional singles championship. Holopainen will go on to compete at the ITA Small College Championships this month. Best of luck to her. The success was not limited to Holopainen over the weekend. Metro State's Josh Goretz won the men's single consolation championship. He topped Blake Diamond from Colorado Mesa 6-3 and 6-1 in the consolation final. Volleyball now, where Metro State hosted number 17 Colorado School of Mines this past weekend. The Roadrunners trailed early in the first set, but would fight back and take the set 29-27, with help from Lauren Keano, who had a team leading of 17 kills. The second set went to the Ore Diggers 20-25 as we were all tied up at 1. Set 3 was the most exciting set of the night, with both teams trading points, but Metro would take the rest with a huge block from Keano, leaving it at 27-25. Fourth set was more of the same, but Alyssa Heath would be too much for Mines as Metro upsets the number 17 team 3-1. Metro did play on Saturday against CCU and lost 5 sets. They also played Tuesday, losing to the number 23 Regis 3-0. They will be back in action tomorrow, against UC Colorado Springs. Metro made a road trip to New Mexico this past weekend to play current RMAC foes New Mexico Highlands. 4 different players scored in the first half for the Roadrunners. Goals came from Carissa Price, Jordan Post, Becca Medina, and Alexi Marr. MSU Denver goalkeeper Carissa Fernandez made 4 saves in her first career start. Metro State wins 4-1. The win improved the Roadrunners to 5-0-3 overall and 3-0-1 in the RMAC. Metro State hosts Colorado State Pueblo at 1 p.m. today, so make sure to check them out. Now, men's soccer took on CSU Pueblo last weekend in a heated contest. We pick it up from the second half where Metro State controls the pace of the game but is unable to score despite outshooting CSU Pueblo 17-7. Things started to intensify between the teams as 3 yellow cards and 2 red cards were issued. Despite all the cards, the score remained 0-0, so the game goes to overtime. Neither team is able to score at either overtime, which leaves the final score at 0-0. The tie moved the Roadrunners' record 4-3-3 overall and 2-0-2 in the RMAC. We caught up with Coach Parsons after the game.
I don't think we ever really played with, an impending sense of urgency, and this was a game that we needed some urgency with a team that's 1-7. A draw is not going to look favorable, come the end of the season when things happen, or even next week.
Now, the new national rankings came out this week, and Metro is ranked 24th. That's the first time the Roadrunners have been ranked since 2011. They'll be in action today against Colorado Mesa.
It's great to see all our teams doing well, except volleyball. They sort of stumbled there at the end.
I know those 2 last games were not very good, but hopefully they do well tomorrow against UCCS.
But Karen, I heard you were part of a crossbar challenge this other day.
Oh, Kevin, I actually was against the men's soccer team, and, let's just roll the tape.
Welcome to the 2013 Student Media Athletic Tour. I'm Cynthia Maldonado.
And I'm Karen Vega, and we are here with some of Metro State soccer legends.
We're going to find out who's going to take the win home.
Come and find out.
Let's go.
So we're out here with the soccer team. We're about to do a crossbar challenge. We're going to do 2 rounds of 1 shot, Metro Student Media versus the soccer team. The first one to make it wins, and the loser has to pay a penalty.
Metro Student Media started off with the right foot and hit the crossbar on the first try, putting pressure on the men's soccer team, who didn't start off very well. The penalties began for the soccer team with 25 push-ups. Needless to say, they executed them with a breeze. The battle continued until we hit our second crossbar, which erupted in mayhem, putting Student Media in the lead. We tried again, and again. But we lost, sending us to the wall of kicks. In the end, both men's soccer team and Metro Student Media had a great time.
Karen, that looked like a lot of fun.
It actually was.
And that's going to wrap things up for this edition of the Met Report. For Kevin Hall, Jeffrey Will, Karen Vega, Alex Brown, and the whole Met Report staff, I'm Meher Noorulamin. We'll see you around campus.